Hi everybody, this is Miss Porter with the Virginia Tech String Project and welcome to String Ensemble video number 3. Today we're going to start with some stretches just like we have in past videos. So in past videos we've done lots of big muscle exercises trying to relax our whole bodies. I want you to go ahead and start with those stretches. So if you want to, pause the video and go ahead and start by warming up with those stretches that we've done before. But you know them by now, so I'm not going to go over them again. Now we're gonna get to some smaller muscle group stretches. Like I said, we did big muscle group stretches where we were opening up our back a little bit. Now we're gonna do some smaller muscle group stretches. So a couple things that I want you to do. The first stretch is gonna stretch your shoulders and your back still, but we're focusing on slightly smaller muscle groups here. So the first stretch is you're gonna put your left arm across your body and you're gonna hold your arm with your right arm. And don't stretch too hard. Also make sure your shoulder isn't up here. You wanna make sure your shoulder is nice and low, nice and relaxed. Don't pull too hard either. We don't want you to overstretch and hurt yourself. Okay, now shake it out a little bit. And we're gonna switch and stretch our other arm. And hold it there for a little while. See if you can really feel your shoulder blades opening up. Excellent. Shake it out. Do it a couple more times if you'd like. And we're gonna switch to a smaller muscle group now. Okay, for this next stretch, we're focusing on even smaller muscles. We use lots of muscles to play our instruments. We don't use like big, strong muscles. We just use our muscles without tensing them up. But we still wanna make sure everything is nice and relaxed, stretched out, so we don't end up injuring ourselves. So for this one, we're gonna focus on our forearm, our elbow, and our wrists. So, I want you to stick your right arm out first, like you're telling somebody to stop. And then you're gonna take your other arm and you're gonna gently pull your fingers back towards you. Again, be gentle, don't force it. We wanna feel a nice stretch. If anything hurts, don't stretch quite as much. Okay, and then you'll do the same to the other arm. And now, instead of going like this, I want you to put your fingers down towards the floor and stretch here. This will stretch the top much more. And you'll feel this in your wrist a little more as well. And the other arm. Good. Okay, now we'll talk about some finger stretches. Okay, now for some finger stretches. So we're just gonna make sure our fingers are nice and warm. We do have little tiny muscles in our fingers and tendons and things that need to be warmed up before we start to play. And you'll get used to this and you'll probably find that you need to stretch more the harder your music gets, especially in your left hand fingers. So to stretch our fingers, I wanna first start by putting one of your hands in a ball just like this. And you're gonna gently push your fingers down. You may hear your knuckles crack a little bit if you tend to crack your knuckles. This will just stretch out the back of the hand a little bit. And then we'll switch to do the other hand. And if anything hurts, again, back off and don't do this stretch, or do this stretch a little less. Okay, excellent. Now, can you take both of your hands? I want you to stretch your fingers out as far as you can. See if you can really feel this part open up, kind of like a stretched piece of fabric. Really stretch your fingers out and then let them relax. And we'll do that one more time. Really stretch your fingers out and relax. Okay, the last little stretch is probably one of my favorites. This gets your whole hand warmed up. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hands together just like this, and I want you to waffle your fingers just like this, alternating them, and you're going to push out like this. Again, you might hear some knuckles cracking there. But this is a really good stretch to stretch your fingers, but also your palms again. And now I want to give you some time to focus on your thumb. Go ahead and rub this muscle right in here. This is a muscle that tends to hurt a lot when we play stringed instruments. So go ahead and warm those up just by massaging them a little bit. And when you're ready and feel warmed up, we'll get started on the next part.